Shalom Aleichem, everyone. A good Vach, Shavua Tov. We're continuing here in the Hachzik's learning of the Pele Yoetz, day 34. And we're in the chapter of Zakein, of growing older, and we'll conclude that today. V'chiyuva ramya linay kavah b'zakenim. There's an obligation upon a person to show respect to zakenim, to the elders. Even HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives respect and honor to elders. They asked Shlomo HaMelech, the son of Dovid HaMelech, who is an Olam Haba, who is a person that will merit the world to come? And he answered, anyone who is honored in this world for his wisdom or his old age, that itself is a clear sign that he spent his life properly. If in his elderly years, people admire and they respect his wisdom, that's the person that will be a ben olam haba because he used his lifetime properly. V'achas mitayag mitzvos hilokum mibnei zaken, and one of the 630 mitzvahs is to stand up in honor of a sage, of a zaken, of an older person. So too, you must give proper honor when people sit in rows on the dais and up front to the zakenim, to the elders, each one accordingly. And even if you are a young whippersnapper who is very big Talmud Chacham, and you have an elderly person who might not be as great as you in his Chachma, nevertheless, he's an older person. He's endured the long life. He deserves the honor. You put him in front of you. Never say, I'm such a Talmud Chacham. I'm a young guy, but I'm still a Talmud Chacham. I deserve to be seated at the head of the table. No. It is a disgrace to a Talmud Chacham if he ends up taking the mantle of honor for himself. He sits by the elders and by the gedolim, by the great people. He should never do that. Really, people might say, hey, what is this guy doing? This young person over here, he's sitting over there at the table with all the rabbanim. There's elderly people and he's sitting in front of them. How did he do that? There's a chil Hashem involved. You're disgracing the name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu by taking honor for yourself. Therefore, you should sit on the bottom, sit lower than the other people. And if they end up pushing you and forcing you, no, we want you to sit over here, okay, then they brought you up there, you can sit there. For Amar Shlomo Melech said, Toiv Armalacha Alei Hina. It is always better that they should say, no, come up, you come. I'm not looking for the honor myself. I don't have to sit in front of the shul. I don't have to sit at the head table. I don't have to be on the dais. I don't need any of that. If they tell you to come, so you come. But it's better that they should tell you to come than you should go on your own. So too, give elderly people the proper honor by taking advice from them in different matters. Since they lived a long life and they've gone through their own battles and they've gone through their own growth and hits and misses and everything like that, they have a certain wisdom just from their years of experience that we do not have. For Rabbi says, and that's what Chazal teach us. If the elders advise you, list or demolish whatever you're coming to demolish, and the young people say, no, build. So the elders say destroy, and they say build. Says the Mishnah, says the Gemara, Shema l'zakenim, listen to the elders. They know what they're talking about. Shestira zakenim binyan, because when they tell you to destroy something, when they tell you to demolish it, it's really building. Ubinyan na'arim, and the building of the youngsters is really stira, it really destroys things. A zaken has a perspective that a young person doesn't have. And even if they say, don't destroy this, it's the way that you're going to build in such a case. V'afilim lo yashar be'einayim atzas zakenim. Even if what the elder person is telling you doesn't seem like it's maybe the best advice in the world, nevertheless, lo yalbinu na'arim pnei zakenim. Do not shame and embarrass the elders. Rather, ela yeshivum benoyam siach v'derech chavod karoi. Rather, you should answer them pleasantly, in a respectful way, and that's the proper respect that you give to such an individual like that. Now, even though that you might not follow what they say, but you still have to be mechabed them, karoi. You have to honor them properly. V'hazake, says the Pele Yoetz, when a person becomes older, Gam ken yishma kavod, he should also make sure that he guards his honor and his kavod. Ve'al yavi atzmali de bizon. Do not bring yourself to a bizayin, to an embarrassing situation. If you're an old man, don't decide to go to the gym and start bench pressing 150, 200 pounds. You can't do that anymore. If you're an older man and you're slowing down, don't enter the marathon and try to run the race. If you're an old man and your brain doesn't work the same way it does, don't stand up at the next bar mitzvah and think you're going to give a long drasha. You better make sure that you have something written up on paper so you can follow along the words so you don't embarrass yourself, says the Pele Yoetz. You have to have the self-dignity like we spoke about before. And also don't speak when you know your words are not going to be listened to. And if you do all of that, says the Pele Yoetz, then your honor will stay in its place. Just that this was one of the great criticisms that they had on Biden when he ran for the president. They said he's an old man already, and he was already had some cognitive decline. And let him just leave the world of politics in his glory. He was a vice president twice, I think. He did many things positive for the country, for the United States of America. He had good ratings. Let him just leave with a good reputation. But instead, he put himself in a position that was very embarrassing, very, very shameful to him. All the things that he had to endure and the public rejection, everything. And therefore, that's the Pele was saying. When you get older, guard your honor in the proper way. Our sages teach us, now he's giving practical advice over here. When you get older, daven to Hashem that you should stay healthy. And you should be spared from all of the blemishes, the ailments, the sicknesses that many elderly people end up receiving. We know Chazal tells you should always daven before the tzar, before the difficulty comes. Therefore, to this, that you should be healthy and strong even when you're older. When you're still fresh and young, daven to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You hit 40 years old already, keep davening, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, keep my bones strong and not brittle. Ribono Shel Olam, keep everything on the inside working well. Ribono Shel Olam, don't let me get this fatigue that I see in so many people, and they're walking, and the this, and the no strength, and the forgetfulness. Chas v'chalila, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, keep my mind strong. Let me be able to live through the older years with sharpness, with agility, with understanding, with wisdom, with health, with strength. Please, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what a person should be davening for. Ukvar sidarti tefillah b'siyata d'shemai, in his sefer based tefillah that he's spoken about so many times, he wrote a special prayer for zakenim, for elders to say. V'al kol panim, nevertheless, im yesh la mimumi hazakenim. Now, if your person was afflicted with these ailments that happen with elderly people, shemachbidim al anshe beisam, and now you are going to be a burden perhaps on the other people in your home because they have to take care of you. You can't maybe get out of bed by yourself. It's hard for you to put on your shoes and other things that are difficult for a person to do, and they have to be taken care of in a very respectable kind of a way. It says the Pele Yoetz, those of you, the wife, the children, whoever, the husband for the wife, whoever's there in the house, and now you have to take care of your elderly parent or your elderly spouse, whoever it might be. So even though that it's hard and it's not going to be easy, it's going to be difficult, you should be makabel ba'av, accept it with love, and you should do it in a nice, honorable way. Never make that person feel bad. Ulefum tzaragan, according to the effort that you expend, that will be your reward. So the better you take care of them, the more reward you're going to receive. And you should think to yourself, one day, this might be me. One day, I won't be able to get out of bed by myself. One day, I won't be able to bathe. One day, I won't be able to tie my shoes. One day, I won't be able to feed myself. Who knows what's going to be? And therefore, that should keep a person very humble when they think about these things. And they have rachmanis on this person, because one day, kasha asa kein yaseh loi, just like I did for him, so, and that's others will have to do for me later on in my life. And therefore, if you want people to have pity on you, you want your kids and your spouse to take good care of you, make sure you do things in the right way over here. And whatever will be, the Rabbi Shalom will repay a person for their efforts. If you did good and you were nice and you were compassionate and merciful on the person that was sick, don't worry, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to repay you for such a thing. And therefore, as the Zakanim, as we get older and older and grayer, it's only to remind us that there is an end that is going to come after 120. And therefore, we have to utilize our time wisely, prepare ourselves for that long journey that is ahead, use Torah and mitzvahs for the right things. Our midos should become perfect and complete, and our chesed with others should be something that is in our bones, and therefore we should be able to elevate ourselves and raise ourselves up. Serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the right way, and in that zechus and Yetz Hashem, we will live out the elderly years in health, in pleasantness, in peace of mind, be surrounded by people that love us and care about us, and in Yetz Hashem, we'll just continue, as he writes, just keep going and growing every day. All the best.